This is my review of the Columbia River Knife and Tool Fulcrum 7403. I got this knife because I was looking for a small, delicate pocket knife that I could bring with me to the office. I was originally thinking of doing a slip joint knife, but I wanted something a little stronger, so I went with liner lock here. Now there are other liner locks that you could get, but you are looking at this because you, like me, liked the fulcrum action of this particular knife. Because it's a unique way to open it, and it's just fun to play with. And for me, I have some people in the office who actually like knives, and it's just fun to open it once, close it, hand it to them, and ask them to open it, because the first thing they look for is a thumb stud, then they'll try and pry it open here. Other times they'll just look at it, and some of them actually are smart enough to open it to this position, but then can't figure out the rest of the opening. But I'll go into that a little later. So again, small, dainty little pocket knife. So I'll go over the general specs really quick. It's got an overall length of 6.25 inches. The handle is 3.9 inches, and it's 2.7 ounces in weight. The blade here is 2.75 inches long. It is made of Aus 8 stainless steel. It has a high hollow ground on the blade, and it is a modified drop point with no serrations. This blade does not come with the option to partially serrate the blade. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I like partial serration, but with this knife, it doesn't really bother me. It works perfectly fine, and I like it. The handle here is made up of two different parts. The first part is 420J2 stainless steel. That is the edge here, the shiny part that you can see. The CPL scale, as Columbia River puts it, sits on top of that. Now, I couldn't find much information on the CPL scaling on any website, quite frankly. The only thing I could think of is that it is color plastic liner, or they just don't want to call it plastic. As you can see, it is rather interesting. It's another reason I got it. It looks fancy for what it is. Main reason is just it's fun to play with. I'm going to go into the details on the handle and the way that the action works with close-up. Here is the knife in close-up. Give you a better idea. I forgot to mention with the CPL scaling that they actually have a matching backspacer here, so you can see this is all hollowed out, but this has a matching colored backspacer, so it's a nice looking knife. Alright, so in order to actuate this knife, you grip the pocket clip with your fingers and depress or push forward the opposite frame. So what that does is there's actually a small bar that goes from one side of the knife to the other, and there's a channel, which I don't know if you'll be able to see very well, right here, that this little bar follows. So as you push it forward, the bar slips into place, gets to the end of the channel, and then you push the frame back, and it follows the channel further, and then the liner lock pushes over. Now, as you saw, open, there's no lock that prevents it from being pushed back. So you have to be very careful when you actuate it that nothing bumps this and pushes it back on your hands. Now also, because of the way that this knife is designed, you'll notice that this point here, this is all that's really holding this knife to this side of the frame. This is by no means a tactical knife. It is a delicate, light use knife, if anything more than just that. Alright, since we're here, you'll notice this is a one-side right-handed carry, tipped down pocket knife. It actually has a matted pocket clip here, which I really like because it doesn't reflect light that much. And I will show you what that looks like in what I normally go to work in. Here you can see the pocket clip and how smoothly it slips into my pants, as well as how deeply it sits in a pair of dress or docker type pants. You can also see it's very reflective now because of the lights that I have on, as well as the fact that I have darker pants on. It stands out very much. Well, it stands out, but not as much as if you had a lighter pair of pants. Now, for those of you who are considering wearing this with jeans, you can see how far it sticks out of jeans, as well as how smoothly it goes in and out of the pocket with jeans. Alright, any of you who've seen my videos before know I like to not just say the size of the blade itself, or the knife itself. I like to keep it in front of me to give you a general idea of how it looks in front of somebody, also in my small little hands here. But I also like to use everyday objects to compare it to, so we'll start off with a standard AA battery. Next we have a particular lighter brand. After that, standard deck of playing cards, a carbonated beverage can, a bottle of water, and a number 2 pencil, just so you can see the thickness of this. I also have my EDC knife, Spyderco Man X2, give you an idea how big this is compared to other knives. And here we'll throw a tactical knife in. This is the Cold Steel Recon 1. This is actually an early generation because it has the axis lock. Now, this particular knife comes in 3 different models. This is the 7403 model, so it's got a satin blade and the blue CPL scaling. It also comes in the 7403P model, which is the pink model, so the CPL scaling is going to be pink. It also comes in the 7404, which has a black titanium nitride blade finish, and it's a slightly different CPL scaling here. It's darker, more blue, more black. If you look on Columbia River's site, you can get this knife for $69.99, just round it up to $70. If you look elsewhere, you can find it cheaper. Back when I got this knife, it was like $37 on Amazon. I actually really, really like it. I'm happy I got it. I've in fact liked it so much, I've actually given it away. I've gotten other ones and have given them to my friends as gifts, and they all love it. Like me, they like the unique opening mechanism, because it's just a simple liner lock, so it's just getting a hang of the opening mechanism. You can open it lefty and fancy if you want. With all the things I've said about the knife, you can obviously tell I really like it. It's hard to find any faults really with it. So, if you're considering it, I would definitely recommend buying it.